helping to get my voice better so I can get to the higher range and I can be better singing. But he also is one of those guys who will just say, hey, let me know how this is working out. Or, you doing okay? You doing fine? It's just really cool to have somebody who can be not only a mentor, but also somebody who could really bring it down and be a friend, somebody who cares about you. So definitely shout out to John Smith about that. Anybody in the theater world, again, guys, thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for the laughs and all the good times. I mean, geez Louise. Joseph and Treasure Island were just two amazing shows that I loved immensely. And now that I've made the decision to go back out and do at least one show a year, I'm looking forward to seeing what other memories come out of that. But to all the friends that have been there for me and have put up with, I know that I'm probably, I don't care at this point. People who have put up with my shit and they've put up with all of the things that they've had to put up with, whether I've been crabby or whether I've been just hard, stubborn. Just, thank you so much for putting up with me and for everybody's support. I really appreciate that more than you could ever know. Again, also shout out to Edgar, Celeste, who have been really good, especially, considering that we met up, in May. And I feel very, very good and very connected with both of them. It's really cool to see how much of an effect you can have on people and how close you can be in a certain period of time. It's really awesome. So thank you to all the friends that have supported me and have been there for me for so long. I really do appreciate it. And you guys definitely deserve it, not only on this day, but every other day. So if I don't show it enough, then let this be one of those days that makes up for all the other 364. So.
Awesome. That was very nice.
All right, so what do you got?
You said we have two more?
I think we got enough for two more, yeah. Well, you got two more. I got one more.
Okay, right. Okay. Just want to make sure. I'm like, I don't want to leave anyone out. So just got to thank my bosses.
My bosses. Getting choicy.
I have to say, I guess I'm going to thank some I'm just thanking people who are special to me. So it's kind of named a whole list. I love how you said, do like 5. I'm like, oh man, I'm just going to try to chunk everybody into the categories of 5 people then. So I guess I have to thank the special support system, I'm going to call them, which are kind of what you just did, your friends, and these are people that are not necessarily family. I'm going to throw one of my family members in there because I haven't thanked him yet, and that would be awful. But I guess they're just my special friends. I call them special friends because I don't like using you're my best friend. It's everybody. I really care about all of them to the point where it's everyone has their own special quality, and that's why I would choose to hang out with you guys at this time or you guys at that time and whatnot. It's such a diverse group of people that I hang out with. That is, I do sports, I do Comic-Cons, I do horror conventions, very random people. But yeah, I have to first thank Roz, my friend Roz, who she didn't actually, which I hope she does know. I was going to say something about this thing that's going on December 2nd, but she's coming up December 2nd to St. Louis to hang out for her birthday, and this is a person who I care about enough to, have this surprise situation that's going to happen. So I'm not going to say anything more, but there's a very big surprise that's going to happen for Roz for her 30th birthday. It's the big 3-0. You got to celebrate hard. And she's always, she's not even family, and I met her through my sister. And, the past probably 3 years, I keep saying, my sister's friend Roz, which she's Rosalita on Facebook, if people see this beautiful blue-haired girl always commenting on my stuff. It's Rosalita. And she always buys all my stuff. She buys, DVDs that the Dedersons put out, and she'll support me by buying something for me for my birthday and buying costuming materials for me and stuff, to the point where I'm like, why are you doing this? Oh, I don't understand. But she's like, because you're important to me. You're my good friend, and I support what you do, and I think you're doing that means so much coming from someone who I didn't, like, my friendship grew because I had to hang out with her with my sister. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, wow, she's one of my best friends. What? Like, this is crazy. Like, now she's one of my best friends, and she really supports me. And I guess other people that I can just throw into that, I hate that I'm, like, saying throw in. Like, it sounds disrespectful to them. But, like, all my friends that have been with me throughout my years, like, my friend Chelsea Giesky, who was my painting, I was painting with, drink painting. She's tied me into a lot of costumes throughout the years, and she does not do the Comic-Con thing. So I, like, hop over to our house real quick and, like, help me get into this corset. I can't do it by myself. She's like, oh, that's fine, I got you. She's like, who are you today? She won't even know who I am either. Like, I was like, Wonder Woman, do you know who Wonder Woman is? She's like, I think so. That's how I'm not into comic conventions she is. But she always is willing to help. And, you know, all of my friends that share things, like I've been in weddings with, like, Tessa for Tessa's wedding, and Abby, my friend Abby's getting married, and my friend Sarah's getting married, and they know to not schedule their, like, wedding stuff on con dates, which is just so nice. Like, they're like, oh, we want to make sure you can come, and yada yada. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? You're scheduling around me? Like, this is your wedding. But yeah, so just like the good friends who will always come out, which I have to throw in Erin McCaslin too, my Seattle friend, who came all the way from Seattle to Chicago for one of my events and to celebrate my birthday this year. And she paid for a hotel for us, and she paid to come out to Chicago, and it was just crazy. And I know her from playing basketball with her in college, but it was just so nice. And she even, like, came and she dressed in costume for my fashion show, or for the Chicago costume fashion show. So it was really cool. People are just really cool. It's weird.
Well, we like to be cool because it's abnormal. It's different from the norm, so kind of goes without saying.
Yeah, a lot of nice people.
All right.
But your turn, last one.
Yep, my last one, and definitely last but not the least is definitely somebody who I've met this year, and somebody who has really been amazing, phenomenal, just a wonderful, one-of-a-kind person. What I'm thankful for, last but not least, is I wish I had, like, the WWE UK or crowds are just doing, like, the whole build-up deal. They're like, whoa. And that would be you, VicTori, Belle.
Aww.
Yep, I am very much thankful that I have the chance to work with one of the most intelligent minds when it comes to comics, when it comes to paranormal deals, when it comes to everything. Behind the scenes, you guys, you have no idea how much I appreciate, you know, what her taking the time to just call for maybe an hour, maybe hour and a half, depending on how we do the show, just to talk about something random or something like this, where it's just, you know, a little more positive, a little more relatable. It's something that's really just flat out amazing. Because, like I said, when I first started talking to her, and I know probably people have heard this so many times, I was thinking, well, you know, I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea to just have her on for an interview, see what happens. And I remember we had to actually talk so she could actually feel more comfortable getting to know me. And then about, I want to say, what was it, like maybe not, because I think you had a cap of, like, what was it, like 15 minutes was like the cap where you used to, like, if I don't feel comfortable with you by then, it's like a no-go or something like that. And
Yeah, probably something like that.
and I think it was maybe, I want to say 7-8 minutes in, you were just like, okay, let's do this. Like, don't you need like the other 7? No, I'm totally okay. We're totally cool. And then it was after that first show that, like I said, I asked her to be my co-host, and she was more than willing to agree. And I definitely do not regret it. We've had quite a few episodes that have been really great. Talked about a lot of great things, but we still have, you know, at least 4 more episodes left before the year's over. And one of them is going to be the New Year expectations. So if you're looking forward to seeing what to expect when it comes to next year, you definitely want to check this out. But VicTori Belle, thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you do. I appreciate our business relationship. I appreciate our friendship on the side, and I appreciate the fact that you are more than willing to be acceptable to, my conflicts and my flaws, because God knows we've had so many times where it's just like, what happened to this show? Why didn't we do this show today? It's like, oh, geez, where either I slept in or something like that. You've been so adaptable, which I definitely admire and appreciate, and I'm thankful for that. So thank you all for being just being you.
Aw, thanks. Well, I got you too in there.
Oh, of course.
Thankful for your time and allowing me and trusting me to, do a good job. I mean, this is your show, and I'm so happy to be a co-host of it. And thanks for trusting me to, supply a good opinion and knowledge throughout this hour or 45 minutes, depending on what we decide at the time and date.
Now we're back to the whole 1 hour. Well, actually, we're back now to however long we want. But anyway, that's beside the point. So, wrapping it up, who is the last but not least lucky person that you have picked out, Miss VicTori Belle?
Well, you know what? I have to thank the nearly 700 people who have decided and taken the time to, like my page, share my posts on Facebook and any social media. I know on Instagram too, anybody who has taken their time to like anything I do or even just check it out, just view the page, like that means the most. Like it means the world that, like, meeting you guys at a convention, meeting you via the internet, throwing my stuff all over my own Facebook, like making people's lives annoyed and like, who is this person that keeps bothering me? Stop inviting me. But for those who have taken the time to like my page and listen to this podcast or watch Edgar's Dark Coffin Classics or the Deadersons or anything that I was part of, and if I wasn't even the reason why you watched, I still really appreciate you, and I still am really thankful for you just supporting these artists and the people that take the time to not get always, a paycheck to supply entertainment. It means the most to me that, you're out there and you're supporting, and whoever you are out there who's decided to support me and in my endeavors, every day being able to get a like on Facebook or a support or even a negative comment, I don't care. You're still paying attention to me, and it's like, oh, good. Like, I've reached somebody today. Like, somehow I've taken a step in the direction where I've reached somebody, even if it's negative. Cool, because you took the time to respond to me in any way, and it just makes me feel like I'm doing something right. It means the world, so thank you for anybody who supported me and taking your time to check me out. Thanks, guys.
So that is going to be the positive part about the show, and now we get into everybody's favorite part of the show, the plugs, where we basically plug in anything that goes on with VicTori Belle or goes on with myself. But honestly, I don't have anything major going on, so I guess it's all boils down to you, VicTori Belle. I believe that you have a big event coming up this weekend in Chi-Town.
Yeah, I got Chicago PopCon. This is the first ever Chicago PopCon, which of course we all know when it says the Chicago PopCon or Chicago anything, it's not always in the city. It's in St. Charles at the Pheasant Run Mega Center in St. Charles at 4051 East Main Street, St. Charles, Illinois, which if you're in Wisconsin, that's probably a little bit away, but it's a 2-day event. It's Saturday 9 to 4 and Sunday 9 to 3, and I am actually going to be the person representing the Edgar's Dark Coffin Classics there, so it'll be kind of my booth for once, I guess, question mark. Edgar is going to be there, but he'll be incognito, so you won't know who he is or where he is or what he's doing. He won't be in his usual Edgar garb, so you got to watch out. You never know where he's going to be. But not to creep anyone out. Um, but